2, 1. Welcome back to Artist on Record, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artist. As you all know, Thursday we got hit with some sad news in the rock and roll world right here. Great White's vocalist and founding band member, Mr. Jack Russell, had passed away at the age of 63 years old. If you recall, back in July, Jack had made a statement on his social media that he was struggling with Lewy body dementia. Jack passed away Thursday, August 15th. And I happened to have the opportunity to talk to Jack in one of his last interviews along with his former manager, Mr. Alan Niven. Alan Niven also managed Guns N' Roses back at in the heyday of both bands' career at the beginning. And the full interview I did with Alan, along with Jack, it's in our members only club, unedited. But here's a clip of Alan and Jack together. You could see the friendship between both these two men. During the past in their relationship, they had some falling out, and I asked them both about what happened. It's a touching interview, and you could see Jack smiling in good spirits. In the meantime, I'm going to share this with you guys out there, and I want to just say my condolences to Jack's family, the friends, and of course you, the fans. Now, make sure you post your comments down below, and I hope you enjoyed this interview. Again, Jack was one of those musicians that really sang his ass off. Great vocalist, great singer. In the short time that I was talking with him in this interview, great guy. Now enjoy the interview. It all starts now. Don't touch that dial.
Hey, well, you got me?
There he goes.
Yo, yo, yo.
Okay,
you guys got me here?
We got you. Do you hear us? Okay.
All right. All right. Hang on one second. Let me go grab a seat. I'm trudging across the house here trying to make this work. I had to go trudge over to the old lady's room and have her tell me how to do it.
Jackie.
Yes,
Jackie,
sir. Yeah.
Have you got any Viagra?
Oh, you want me to send you some? My supply's running low.
Wouldn't know what to do with it, but what I was going to say, if you had some Viagra, go and take some and then strap your phone to it.
Yeah.
You're watching Artist on Record, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artist. In the hot seat, we have Mr. Alan Niven, former Great White Guns N' Roses manager, and the one and only Mr. Jack Russell, the voice of Great White. Jack also has a new book that is out. You could check that out. Links are in the description down below. The True Tale of Mr. Bone, written by K.L. Dottie, along with Jack. All right, kids, here it is. Jack, Alan, and me. Let the show begin. It all starts now.
No, this is it. Still doesn't work. Those pills are heavy.
I wouldn't know. Never bothered, never tried.
Oh, really?
No, good God, no.
I used to have fun with those, man.
Darling, there isn't a pill you haven't had fun with in your entire fucking life.
Well, that's pretty close to it. Yeah, I can't argue that.
Yeah, can't argue that one.
No, I'm trying to be honest these days. So even if it is honest, as long as it makes me look good.
I used to say years ago that you could smell a chemical at a quarter mile.
Hey, come on now. I can do better. I can do better than that.
Yeah, half a mile.
But you know, those were the days when it was, I guess, it was fun. You could be reckless and crazy, huh? Back those days.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
It's not the same.
Those were the days. You know, as much as I miss the 80s and the 70s, man, I'm glad I was there because it was such a freaking hoot. And the bummer about it for me is it just seems like, and I mean, I wake up every day, I'm thinking about, you know, the past. And I'm not one of those guys that wants to live in the past. I don't. It's just that I can't keep it out of my mind because it was so much fun. It's like having a good memory, you know. I don't want to sit there and think about, wow, the light bills too. Oh man, that's but I just love. Go ahead.
Jack, when we was nippers, when we was kids, the old folks used to sit around and say, we're recounting our memories. We're living on our memories. And we used to look at them and go, good God, is that what we've got to look forward to? I tell you
Hell
what.
yeah.
I tell you what, replaying some of that stuff in the old mental movie theater is kind of entertaining.
Oh yeah, man. There ain't much else going on up there.
Yeah.
It is. It is. I remember when I was a kid, I used to sit with my grandmother in the den. She had a little backyard in Brooklyn where I grew up, and we would stare and just not even talk, just stare. And I would just stare with her, you know, sit on one couch, she'd be on her chair. And the other day I'm staring in mine back then, and I'm looking at the grass, and I'm thinking about the 80s and 90s and all the crazy and fun I had.
You have grass in your den?
Yeah, well, outside the
Oh.
window. You know, and then I'm thinking about, was grandma thinking of her wild times when she was looking at the tree out the window? That's what I was thinking, you know. But yeah, I guess it all happens, huh? It's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's a big cycle.
It
Jack,
is a cycle.
Jack, I wake up and I see on Blabbermouth, you're always on there. Whenever you do an interview, there's always something about you're doing an autobiography you're working on, that you've been working on for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's about, I don't know. It should be out this year. Hopefully before summer or just during summer. Alan's talked to the writer briefly. Well, not briefly. Actually, he probably talked to her more than I have. I set her up with a lot of the, you know, cool people in my life to have them get a better vision of who I am, you know, because I can sit there and talk all the crap I want about myself, and then you find out from, you know, 5, 10 people that know me, like, that ain't true. You never did that. So I want, you know, I want somebody there for some corroboration. Well, that to keep me on the level.
She sent me a fair amount to read over.
Oh, she did.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
And my first response was, I thought she'd done a really good job of catching your voice.
Didn't she though?
Yeah, she's done a really good job of being you.
I thought she did. I really did. I was blown away. It was kind of weird in a way. It was like somebody else doing an impersonation of you, you know?
Yeah, no, she's done a really good job at that.
I'm glad I didn't do it myself, because I've heard a lot of people.
I tell you another thing, you've driven her crazy.
I've driven her crazy?
You've driven her crazy.
How is that?
Oh, doing this book for all this time. It's a
oh, yeah, I know. Well, I didn't never tell it was going to be an easy job.
You know? You're going to have to send her off to some sort of rehab somewhere.
Yeah. Well, there's no vowels, no consonants. And,
so she can get the rustle out of it.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something. Well, just take a bunch of fucking ecstasy.
So wait, was it like 3 years in the work of this book?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's been 3 years so far.
Wow.
Well, it's a long time in dog years.
Well, yeah, but it's almost like she was your therapist. So you're going back to therapy and finding who Jack is, huh?
Yeah, you know, it's really trippy because my life has been a lot stranger than even I thought it was. You know, it's really it's been a lot of trippy shit happen, you know, and I'm really glad I found her, or the universe put us together, however we want to describe it. Due to the fact that she has an ability to, you know, get inside my head so well and you know, talk as she's me and make it sound real. You know, I mean, I couldn't have done a better job at it. I'm not a writer, but you know, I didn't want to do a biography, you know, an autobiography. It's just, people don't want to hear it from me, you know. I mean, they do, but they think they do, but they don't. It's like I've seen a couple biographies that were out, written by the actual artist, and they were just horrible. Oh yeah, dude, and then fucking we went over here, man, and then we had this really rad party at this studio one night, and we did all kinds of coke, and we all kinds of chicks, and you're reading it, you're going, what?
It's the same story.
A little more, yeah, but I think you're gonna say that. I say it a little more eloquently.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, come on.
I know, it's the same story. I mean, we all had it in a different level, the same kind of story. And if you watch behind the music and all that stuff, it's always the same story. Like, what's going to make it different, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, just I tried. I didn't get too far into the drug thing. I just kind of glossed it over. And the chick thing, I
Wait. Did I just hear you say I didn't get into the drug thing? Are you
no,
saying
I'm in the book. I don't think I talked the whole thing about it. I didn't spend my whole lot. You know, I mean, I got into it personally, but I mean, there was other things to talk about, and I didn't want to get drowned up, just caught up talking about the drug use and the chicks. You know,
I
'cause
mean,
that's all it would have been.
you
It would have
had
been
a
boring.
yeah, but you had a crazy life, and probably your story is probably going to help some young buck out there too. It's like, ooh, I read this
Yeah, that's
book.
because I'm concluding numbers in the back.
Like Alan, you read it and you thought it captured him pretty
I haven't
good.
read the whole thing. The last third I haven't seen yet. I think I've seen the first 2/3 of it. And what impressed me was how well, and I mean, you know, of all the people on the planet,
Mhm.
I'm the one who can sit there and go, that's Jack. That's his voice. That's what he'd say. That's what he'd do. And I thought she caught that really, really well. That's
Yeah,
why
she's a really, really talented kid. She
yeah, that's why I
really
gave
is.
her a lot of time, because she was doing a good job for you.
Yeah, oh, I know. I've never been a bitch netter about the time it takes. I just want it to be cool, and I want it to be right, honest, and fun to read. I don't
Yeah.
want to be like, this, and I did that, and then we did. You know what I mean? I just want it to be like if somebody was tagging along with us.
Actually went and bought Eric Clapton's book when it came out. I
Oh, but that was good.
was thoroughly disappointed because,
Really?
yeah, the one thing I came away with was how self-unaware he was of himself.
Wow.
Keith's book, it was a little bit of hard work. The big mistake I think all these books make is they're chronological. They start when you're born in East London when the bombs are falling. And me dad used to slap me around with a codfish when I went down to see him at the market. You know, and that's why I turned out the way I did, see. So when I was at the Royalton, I'd give it to these fucking models, right? Because my dad used to slap me with a cod, all that kind of crap. But with Keith's book lit up to me at I think it's about page 256 off the top of my head, when he started talking about the tunings that he used. And from that point on, it was really good. But
Yeah.
Eric's book, I was just blown away with how unaware he was of himself. He'd talk about the relationship in his life and have very little insight into why it went the way it went. We're talking about Patty Boyd. Something in the way she moves, Layla. I mean,
Layla, yeah, that's a good story.
You know who gets a lot of slack on his book? You get Nikki Sixx's Heroin Diary. Some people say, "How's he remember all that?" So he doesn't, huh?
He doesn't. I mean, the question of Nikki is, well, he had the space to remember what he was doing because he didn't have to remember his bass lines because he never recorded any, as far as I can tell.
What's the story with that? Because I just saw an article. I had Tom Werman on the show, and I asked him, and then what's this? Did he play or didn't play? Did he not play on those early records?
Can I recount a Doc McGee story?
Please do.
Yes.
All right. Now, we all know that, especially Jack, when the phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's not usually good news. It's not.
Never good news.
You were just.
How much is a bail?
Yeah, exactly. So when that phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know that somebody's not calling you up to tell you you've just been certified gold. And Doc's phone goes off in the middle of the night. And Motley are up in Vancouver, I think it is, with Bob Rock recording. And a frantic Bob Rock is on the phone, and Doc is thinking, I got to get to the safe to get the bail money. And he goes, "What's up? What's happened to who?" And Bob goes, "We got a real problem up here with Nikki. Doc's brain is beginning to spin and go, oh, what now? And what's up, Bob? What's going on? He can't play bass. What do you mean? He just is not a good bass player. He cannot play bass. And Doc said, he doesn't have to, does he?
Well, I'm glad the stuff's never going to come out about me.
Yeah, get someone else to do it. He doesn't have to, does he?
Not when you're Nikki Sixx, you don't have to.
No,
that's a Doc McGee story from Doc himself. So
that's a good story.
I'm wrong.
It's a good story. It's a good story. And that's all it'll be when somebody else hears it.
Yeah.
That never happened. Oh, no.
Take it up with Doc. But
you'll never work in this town again, Mr. Niven.
Yeah.
You can't say anything. You know, everybody gets oversensitive. I had to take down a video myself just to be polite. Now, how about you two guys? You guys, you had a falling out, then you guys got back together over here as a friendship, huh? How long did you guys not talk for?
Jack
I
is
don't know.
talking.
How long was it? How long was it? I have no clue.
Fuck, let me think for a minute. It was a long time. And
It was a while, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll admit there was I had no reserve about saying to somebody, if you put me in a room with Jack, I'll fucking kill him.
And this is what I look like when I'm dead.
And there was a weekend where we tried to get a rapprochement going that didn't work out. And then, you know, you just get to a point of, what the fuck, you know? Was any?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we know each other for so many fucking years, and you know, we've done everything together. We almost died on the fucking in a Porsche on the fucking what's that? What was that fucking?
Cologne. It was in Cologne.
Yeah, what's the name? What's the name of that fucking thing?
If I remember correctly, it's called the Seebringsbrücke.
No, the Autobahn. It was the Autobahn. That's what I meant.
We were coming up from Frankfurt, coming over the bridge, right. And it had been a fucking storm all the way down and a storm all the way back, and just about to go over the bridge into Cologne. Made it through a really bad storm. Everything's fine, and suddenly my Porsche goes into a 360 in the middle of the bridge. Just starts spinning like this. It's like, what the fuck? But you know, as far as it goes, it's interesting because you know Jackie's got his book coming out, and it's all so long ago, and so much time has passed. And with the passing of time, you start to be able to develop a sense of objectivity about things. They're not quite so emotional or raw or important. You start to get a more measured perspective of things. And I would feel uncomfortable about saying this in the past, but I don't now. As far as I'm concerned, Jack and Great White are the underrated band of the period. Jack's vocals and his tone are self-evident, but a point I'm going to make is there is a greater breadth to the catalogue across emotion, intelligence, and spirit than almost any of their contemporaries. And that comes from, you know, somebody can have a vocal tone. Stephen Pearcy has a good rock and roll vocal tone, but he always sounds the fucking same, and I've never known what the fuck he's on about, ever. I mean, you know, he got lucky with Round and Round, a song that Robin stole from his San Diego band, but a great sounding rock and roll voice. you need more than just a tone and a sound. You need an emotional intelligence. You need a spiritual intelligence. And Jack had that. And that is why there is such a broad catalogue of really good songs that stand the test of time to me. And for me, emotionally, there are moments when I don't want to fucking hear that. I was involved with it. I don't want to hear. And you go from that to, okay, put it on, and you listen to it, and you have an objectivity with it. That's really fucking good. That sounds awesome, and it says something. It's got it's got more than just cliche to it, and there is this incredible catalog for that band. You know, if we had a better record label, they would work it better. But I mean, you know, just off the top of my head, I was sitting here and I went, because I'm bound to forget. Let's just throw down some names. House of Broken Love, Big Goodbye, Get On Home, Rock Me, Heartbreaker, Highway Nights, All Over Now, Sail Away, Rose Motel, Mistreater, Face the Day, Cold Hearted Love, and Psycho City, Doctor Me, Love's a Lie. Whew. And that's before we get to things like Weak Brain.
Yeah.
That Willie Dixon song, that incredible Willie Dixon song. And what an appropriate song and content that is. If you've got a weak brain and you've got a weak mind.
A narrow mind.
Narrow mind, yes, well done.
The world's going to leave you way behind.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we have I mean, a lot of tunes, man. A lot of tunes.
Jack and I have a duality, because we definitely have a personal relationship, and out of that personal relationship, we've got some stories and memories to tell. But we also have a professional relationship, and as far as Jack, the professional, I go, not many people can match him as a singer and a vocalist. You know, a singer is somebody who really brings out emotion or really brings out a vibe. The vocalist sounds good. He's both.
Well, I thank you.
Yeah.
Well
just
said.
stating the obvious.
I appreciate it, Alan.
Hey, it's true what you're saying, man. It's true. And I remember seeing you guys play live. I was like, whoa, look at this guy, man. And you took the old and you made it into something new back then when you came out, and it was really cool. You know, bands like you, I think even the blues, it's like went away, and then your band was bringing it back in the hard rock scene, educating us again. You know,
the blues is the cool shit. I mean, that's the coolest shit there is. Yeah, I mean, I could latch on to a blues song and just sing that all day long. I put a song called "Gone with the Wind" back in the set. Yeah, oh yeah. That's like one of my favorite Great White songs ever. And I had Tony learn the keyboards so we could play it, and he also learned Rose Motel so we could play that too, because I just miss those songs in the set. You know, they're just a moment. You know, it's just blues, and that's what this band was. You know, was concocted to be. You know, another one.
Another one is Maybe Someday.
Oh, that song kills me. Maybe someday, bye-bye. When the hurt is gone. Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah, you know, Jack, you have that voice that you could do anything, man. You could just do a whole cool acoustic bluesy set, and it'll still just rock.
No, thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna leave you when I'm alone at night. You're all I see. So come on now,
Post your comments down below. And as always, who loves you, baby? We do. Thanks for watching.